Hey guys, this is Aegis, and I've got the game between Recent and Kenshi. Jetty was subbed out by Team Voldemort for Recent, and Kenshi over here as our yellow Terran player. It's going to be a TVT. Looks like I won't be having dinner today, so we're going to be playing out this TVT in cross positions. Oh no. On Metalopolis, which is a relatively large map. Over here is Recent as our green Terran player, and over here on the other side is, of course, Kenshi as our yellow Terran player. And both Terran players are currently making SCVs in their respective positions. And Kenshi is playing for the Backwater Gulchers, and Recent is playing for Team Voldemort. Oops, what? I wonder what he did. Well, he's starting up a supply depot over here in this corner, making sure he sees any sort of drop as it flies in through here, or perhaps even Reapers as they try to jump up this ledge. Supply depot for Kenshi is in a pulled back position. We'll be over here, perhaps use it to block off drops from running in behind the mineral line. Recent did get supply blocked, so perhaps that's why he said oops. There's the barracks now coming up for Kenshi. Both players doing the same thing for the moment. Gonna be getting up the gas, I hope, in the near future. Oh, yep, there's the gas coming up for Recent, and the gas coming up for Kenshi. Looks like the SCVs will be scooting out across the map, and this SCV checking the close air position first. This SCV is going to be scouting into the far position and see if he can check out everything that's going on over here. Looks like the yellow SCV is going to be making its way into the green base in just a second. First barracks is about to finish, and a Marine should be in the production queue real soon. There's the orbital command coming up for our green Terran player Recent, and the first Marine, and the exact same thing from our other player as well. This is game 4 of the American Pro League. Kenshi was able to choose this map because his team is currently losing. Looks like that Marine is just going to walk by that SCV, and the SCV is going to be able to get out of here. Marine was being lazy, and this SCV getting a couple of nibbles or a couple of shots by that Marine, going to be able to secure this Zelnaga watchtower. Kenshi dropping his mule and getting additional SCVs out. A factory is on the way for both players. Another gas coming up for our yellow Terran player, and another gas for Recent as well. So both players still going the exact same build, just that Kenshi, I'd say, is a tad behind on his factory and a tad ahead on his refinery. Supply depot coming up in the backside for our yellow Terran player. Both players can tend to sit on these two bases. Marines at the front, 3 of them. Alright, so we're just gonna hang out for some time. We've got the barracks getting the tech lab, and the factory gonna be flying over there to take control of that as soon as it's finished. Barracks may actually continue to make add-ons throughout the base as the game goes on for Kenshi. And over here, the barracks looks like we have a starport on the way, a factory building over here as well. So 2 factories. We're starting to see a little bit of difference here. Over here, Hellions with blue flame. Over here, just 1 Hellion, no blue flame yet. We have a tech lab on the way. And the second factory getting a Hellion as well. A starport may be going for a blue flame or a regular flame Hellion drop. Starport on the way over here for Kenshi. So he is rallying his Hellions into this corner while waiting for the blue flame upgrade to finish. SCV does go down from Kenshi before it's able to scout anything. More Hellions coming out. And no blue flame over here as of yet. Perhaps he's waiting for the gas to be able to get that upgrade. His starport is making that medevac, so he will be able to airlift his Hellions into his opponent's base, or not. Perhaps going to be running that Hellion straight in. Hellion does have 5 range, and it does 14 damage against light. The Marines are going to be coming down this ramp, and those Hellions can actually roast those 2 Marines if they're not careful. Medevac on the way, and those Blue Flame Hellions will be airlifted into Recent's base, and more Hellions being produced along with the Blue Flame upgrade, so Recent going for the exact same thing. Hellions all advancing across the field, going to be checking for any sort of funniness throughout the map. 4 Hellions ready for Kenshi, another Hellion going to be popping out real soon. The Medevac also going to be airlifting those Hellions into his opponent's base. A single Marine getting caught out of position over here by those few Hellions. And the drop is on the way. Where is it? There it is. Is on the way across the map. We'll see if those Hellions are able to spot it. We have got a similar lift for Recent into the base. His Blue Flame upgrade is about to finish, so this is a perfectly timed drop, and more Hellions being elevated into this base while that he finishes that Blue Flame upgrade. Is almost finished, just a few seconds away so far, just using the regular Flame upgrade. He'll be coming in here, roasting a ton of SCVs. Blue Flame is now finished. The Marines will also go down very easily. Those Hellions can actually easily end this game. If they get too many SCV kills, the same thing is going to be happening over here. The Hellions going to be making it into the main, and looks like those Hellions are going to be chased away by a Viking and a Sea Shank. Still a ton of SCVs off of mining. Looks like we have the drop over here. The Blue Flame is going to begin working on those SCVs. SCVs getting pulled off the line to fight. Oh no, Recent doing the wrong thing, losing a ton of SCVs, but not as many as Kenshi. And those Hellions over here continuing to roast away. Actually, no, Recent's losing a lot more SCVs. He hasn't killed as many. He's lost 20 SCVs already, 21 SCVs, and killed only 7 for himself. So it is 10 SCVs to the 28 of Kenshi. So the Hellion control is much better from Kenshi. SCVs continuing to mine. Sea Shanks out in the field. A repaired up Viking going to continue to spot around. And these Hellions are going to have to do a lot more damage if Recent wants to get back into this game. Second orbital command is up. Kenshi is getting his up right now, so we'll see if that orbital command is able to make the difference. He will be able to double make SCVs throughout this. The barracks is coming up, and Viking is scooting out across the map right now. Another Blue Flame Hellion drop is going to commence in the main. He's going to have to bypass those Sea Shanks and do as much damage as possible. Looks like that's going to get loaded up. He's not going to be able to bust in there and do the damage that he needs to do. Viking continuing to scout across the map. More SCVs coming out, as well as double mules for Recent. And it's now 15 SCVs to the 32 SCVs. Let's look at the income. Well, it's kind of even just because of that extra mule that is falling out of the sky for Recent. However, that mule will soon be ready for Kenshi, and we'll be able to even that up. A load up of Sea Shanks by Kenshi. Hellion's getting loaded up by Recent, going to be flying in here, see if he can do any damage. Looks like their Sea Shanks are ready. A single Marine is over there, going to be floating his command center out to his natural expansion to get the extra mining over there. Viking continuing to scoot out across the map from Kenshi. The Hellion drop was unsuccessful. Recent is going to be pulling back. And we're going to see Kenshi fly ahead in terms of his income as he gets this expansion up and running with the SCVs mining. And he's going to land that expansion in just a second and throw up his orbital command, telling his SCVs to return the minerals here. Orbital command on the way. Viking returning back home. 2 kills on that Viking. Looks like we have turret on the way for Recent. He does have mules at the ready. He's not spending those right now. 2 additional barracks coming up. Stimpack is on the way. Another barracks on the way as well. Sea Shank going to be cleaning up a Hellion that decides to run in here. Another barracks coming up for Kenshi. Also Raven coming out. Medevac getting cleaned up over here by the Viking. As well as there's a Banshee out on the field. Stimpack finishing up for a Recent. Recent now flying his orbital command out to the natural expansion. Going to begin mining there as quickly as possible. Let's see the income tab. It is still kind of even, actually. because Recent is going to be grabbing his natural expansion real soon, and also he has mules ready to drop. It is now 32 Harvesters to 37. That Orbital Command being up early did save Recent from being forced to just make SCVs off of one base and behind so much in terms of economy. However, Kenshi is now moving across the map with a gigantic tank marine force, and there's just a few Marauders out on the field for Recent. He's got one Siege Tank now, but it does not yet have Siege Mode. Over here, the Siege Tanks from Kenshi already have Siege Mode. They are on attack move. Medevac is going to be scooting back in that direction, going to be cleaning up this tower from Recent. Recent does lose his SCV. Siege Tanks now sieging up, going to be spotting the high ground. Recent's one Siege Tank does go down pretty quickly. Kenshi is going to be able to clean up these production facilities in the backside and maybe even pick off these tech labs. Auto turret going down, and there's not much over here. There's just a couple of Marines and Marauders stimming up, going to be running into the siege line. Not a good idea to be doing if you are a Marine or a Marauder. Going to get cleaned up by those Marines and tanks. Now sieging the main over here. That Marauder just popped out and immediately died. More Marines on the way. GG from Recent, and this game goes to Kenshi, who evens it up at 2-2 for the Backwater Gulchers. We are going to be on Shakur's Plateau for the last game.